right? There's a fundamental word here, and the fundamental word that is here is iron. So the word iron, right? I want you to think about that. When you think when they say, "Are you getting enough iron?" What exactly are they referring to? See, there's an irony in environment. A lot of times we're in this environment, but the environment is not strengthening strengthening us. So the environment, the enclosure that you're in, so that when you put the in on top of it, right, or for the prefix, that's enclosure. So mint is basically the mind or what grows. So in the enclosure of what's growing, your environment, this needs to be looked at in a different way. Okay, so when you're doing the strength, when you're looking at it and it's saying strengthening, is your environment strengthening your mental fortitude? Is your environment strengthening your mental fortitude? That is where you need to look at. Okay, so you must give yourself the assignment. The assignment is to put yourself around people who can help you grow. And maybe it's not just help you grow. Maybe it's a different type of thing, but your growth is going to be predicated on your environment. Why? Because you're very impressionable. When you look at the seed, right? The seed may be a thought. Your seeds may be your thoughts. Put some thoughts down on paper or put it in a chat. Like where do you want to grow to? Where do you want it to ascend to? I want you to think about that because this might just be your seeded season. You just might be in the season of seeding, planting the seeds for the garden of your future. But your environment will dictate how this seed is nurtured. Make sense? I think that kind of makes sense, right? So depending on your environment subconsciously, you're growing the seed. But I want you to think about the seed. The seed is this one shape right now. It's this one form right now, but it does not stay the same. See, you might be in your seeded season. Let's just write some things that's next to what do we know about seeds? Put it in the chat. What do we know about seeds? Anything that comes to mind? So I think I know there's like a shell on it. It's kind of hard, right? What else do we know about seeds? You plant them, okay. You plant them. You put them in soil. You plant them. Okay, good. I like it. Now, I did mention to us like if you cry, that's okay. When you cry, you water yourself, you grow. Everyone, we're like plants, right? We're delicate. So we may be strong, but we're also delicate at the same time. So remember that too for the next person as well. They might be delicate too. And I know for you, you probably looked at as the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. So most people probably don't check up on you anyway. But you're inside this space where how many of us believe that this journey has been hard? Let me know in the chat. This journey has because not everybody has this experience, but this journey has been hard. Some of your plans are getting soiled where it's you're not really seeing it come to fruition. It's getting soiled, right? Some of your money is getting soiled. You don't get to see it. It's just, yeah, what happened to it? I understand something is being planted. So you might be going through your hard season. In the soil, it might be dark. Some of you might be lonely in your situation right now. You might be this seed planted beneath the soil. You might be dark. It might be cold. It might be lonely. Put a one in the chat if that's what you're going through right now. Nobody gets me. When I bring up my big plans, they tell me no, don't do it. They want to keep me safe. Let me know in the chat. You're in this dark, lonely, cold place by yourself looking to figure it out, right? And as we mentioned with this seed, there's something that starts to happen When you finally get an environment around you that starts to water you, nurture you, provide you with love and compassion, give you that sunshine you truly need, you start to do something. You start to take shape and change form. So now you're changing your roots. How many of us changed our beliefs just by being here? How many of us changed our belief? Like these 5 days, you now are walking into a new state of being, just being in these 5 days. So how do you change the fruit of a tree? Let me know in the chat. How do you change the fruit of a tree? So if this is the plant, if this is the seed, right? And the seed starts to produce these roots, how do you change the fruit of a tree? Okay, I see some people say plant another seed. Right. You're going to have to plant another seed. You're going to have to plant a new seed because your beliefs are basically your roots. As trees, your beliefs are roots. So some things, some of what you have already, you cannot change the fruit of the tree because you are so deeply rooted into those beliefs. So you must now change your beliefs. But how do you do that? You plant a new seed. You plant a new seed for the garden of your future. So now, when you look at your tree trunk starting to grow out of this soil, it's all of this. Your newfound ideology, your newfound skills. So we've given you newfound skills, right? How many of us learn how to market a little bit? You learn how to communicate your message. You've done a lot. You know how now how to get to the bank. You know, but you still need a little bit more. So you say, you know what? Let's continue to grow. And as you continue to grow, you start to branch out. Some of you are already connecting with business besties. You're starting to speak in front of people you've never thought you could speak in front of before. So things are changing for you at a tremendous rate. But in order for you to start to get the fruit of your tree, you need to do what? You need what? In order to get the fruit, like think about it. During the summertime, during the winter time, you might see the tree, and the tree might look just like this, all branched out, ready to go. But the reason why you don't see the fruit is because they need to. So what we put on the branches, they need to leave. So in your environment, you might need to leave in order to grow fruit from your tree. What do you need to leave? The negative thoughts, the things about I can't. I want you to really get this because most people, right? The issue is going to come down to a fundamental factor. It's going to come down to your time. So when we say we have identify really fast, where are you at on this spectrum of time? Are you at the implementation stage? Are you at the unification? Are you at the communication? Are you at the imagination? Where are you? Identify where you're at currently on this map. Okay, imagination, implementation, communication, unification. Where are you in your life right now? So, are you saying that you're more closer to 80% of your time? Do you have 80% of your time to enjoy yourself? Or do you work 80% of the time? I want you to think about that. Or do you feel closer to 20%? The truth of the matter is, I want to take a deeper dive to look. So let me know in the chat. 80 or 20, where do you feel more closer to you have the time to spend on yourself? Shout out to Brenda. Brenda said 40%. That's good. How much time, where do you feel closer to? You feel like you have 80% of your time to enjoy yourself and to do the things you want to do? You feel like you have 30%, 20? Okay, cool, cool. That's great. Like whatever number that you did choose, if you have a significant other, let's say you are at the implementation stage. The truth of the matter is, if you work 40 hours a week and 5 days a week, you truly only have 20% of your time as the bare minimum. That's me being generous on the time, right? Because then you only got the weekends. The weekend is a hoax because it looks like you have 2 full days, but you don't. You really have a day and a half. Because how many of us feel the Sunday scaries on Sunday evening? As soon as the sun sets, we get those things, that feeling in our body. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. This may not be you. This could be somebody else that's next to you inside the room. On Sunday, do you get those Sunday scaries? If you do get the Sunday scaries, I want you to think about what is it worth to you to not have that feeling anymore. There was a study that was done. I looked at this. The last time I looked at this was 2 years ago. This was a big thing to me, but looked at this 2 years ago. But most deaths were reported on Monday morning. Most deaths were reported on Monday morning. And the correlation to the deaths were being overworked. People just had so much anxiety about going to work. Literally, they could feel it in their body. They don't even understand why. But they wonder, they can feel it. Anybody seen that Matrix movie? And they said you may not be able to identify it, but you can feel it. It's all around you when you go to work, when you go to the coffee shop. There's something like when you go to work, are you even in control or are you just being driven to work? Like you're more so in your mind while you're on your way to work than you're in your body and actually experiencing life. In fact, most people are in their minds more than they're in their life. If you're constantly working, you don't even have time to be in your experience of life. You're just in your mind. How many of us are experiencing that? Put a one in the chat if you are, put a zero in the chat if you're not. This is called autopilot. Subconsciously, your mind is picking up information on a daily basis. In your code, your programming, you're being programmed by a code. We all have a programming. Because let's be real, the bigger issue here is why are we paying for food that's free? The bigger issue is why are we paying for shelter on an earth that we live in that's free? The bigger issue is why do we have to work for money? Why do we have to slave our lives away to work for money? That's the bigger issue, but who's questioning that? Who's actually sitting here questioning this? We're looking to get to the imagination level, running up the steps, but we don't even understand why we're running in the first place. We don't even understand. This is something that they call the rat race for a reason because rats are being tested on right in the laboratories. Do they know why they're there? No, they just being tested on and they just go with whatever they're being tested. They drop them inside a little maze and they just start running around the maze and you got these people standing over them just watching them. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Mm, let's see. Okay, let's equate that to what we're doing. Do you have people that's governing your life? This is us. I'm not talking about you, like without saying me, just so you know. I'm asking you a question though. Do you have people that's just giving you tasks to do and standing over your life and watching you do the task? You go make money, and then when you make the money, they take 40% of what you just earned, invested it into places that you have no idea. You don't see no return on it, making you chase something that's a belief. Like money is not even backed by anything but what? What is money backed by? What is money backed by? A belief. That's it. Money is backed by belief. The only reason why money works is because you believe it works. The only reason why money works is because we accept it that it works. That's it. So, what does that mean truly? It means that we have been accepting things that we don't need to accept, but being that it's part of the subconscious programming, we're naturally on autopilot operating off of it. So, when we talk about your time, right? Do you really have the time? Can you just get up every day and do exactly what you want to do? Put a one in the chat, or put a one in the chat if you do. Put a zero in the chat if you don't. One in the chat if you do. Put a zero in the chat if you don't. So that's why I'm saying I don't put 100% up here because I don't think any of us are ever going to have 100% of our times, but you want to get as most control of your time as you can, right? You want to get as much of it as you can. You want to get the most control of your time as you can. That is the biggest thing because when it's all gone, is it gone or do you get more of it? Money, that's a little bit different. Money, I mean, I'm no stranger to it. I have money, I've been on my last leg many times. I have made a decision, said no more. I can't do it. I can't keep looking at my account and feeling stressed out because I don't have digits in my account. Think about how crazy that is. I'm stressed out about my real life that has physical implications because I'm looking at a screen that's digital from people giving me points for me earning points about living. I want you to really think about it. You're earning points for your living. They got us in a game, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the new game. And then we feed right along into it. Yeah, I love the digital. Yeah, I don't have to have my cash. I don't have to use. I don't even need the card. I got my phone. I just click of a button. At the same time, they make the phones. They could just click and cancel your phone. And then what you do then? You got no cash. You got nothing. So the real truth is, how do we get out of here? Like that's the real question, the real truth that we should be discovering. How do we get out of here? Because to be honest, this is a trap. Now, one of the ways to start to beat the trap is to understand how the trap is being played. See, business owners get the most benefit, and the business owners get the most perks. So when we look at the time down here, right? If you have 20% of your time, or whatever number that you said that you have, if you have a significant other, I want you to slash that in half, baby. You thought you had 20% of your time, but then you have a significant other. Now you only got 10%. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. We're all adults here. So some of us like to procreate and create children and got four or five, six of them. But if you have one child, you got to split that in half. Now, where do you feel more closer to? 5% or that 80%? How much time do you really have to yourself now? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Go ahead and let me know in the chat. How much time do you actually have to yourself right now? Somebody put zero. I'm sending you love. We got to get you some more time, baby. Somebody said 20. I want you to be honest though. Don't tell me because you're not doing this for me. You're doing this for you to think about this because your life is at stake. I know that we can kind of get confused and think that just showing up to the calls is like doing the work, but it's not. I'm just here to be used as a vessel by God to let you know that your life can change when you change. When you decide to change your life, that's when everything changes. When you work on you, everything else works for you. This is not by some sort of coincidence. This is designed, and this is a confirmation that the reason why we have what we have in our lives is because of the way that we respond to what is in our lives. Are we being reactive or proactive? Most of us are being reactive. This is why we at the implementation stage. If we were being proactive, we would be at the imagination stage, saying, okay, what can I do to make the world a better place to help people become more effective in less time? Your goal is to help other people become more effective in less time. That is your goal. If you are not doing that through your own imagination, you're doing it through somebody else's. Because if you get hired to implement the idea, you're getting hired to improve somebody's life. Whatever your job is, you're improving somebody's life, right? Let me know if I'm making this up. Whatever your job is, whatever your role is that you have, you're here to improve someone's life. Is no doubt about it. There's nothing else to it. You're not here to be funny. Even if you were a comedian, you were here to improve somebody's experience, which means you're here to improve someone's life. By default, your main objective is to become more effective in less time. It is no way around it, ladies and gentlemen. I've spent a year literally not working, doing anything but studying this and seeing what is this life that we live, where you got to put on artificial things that we call clothes, and that can make somebody like you more. I get it. The cleaner you are, yes, you look better. The more groomed you are, yes, you look better. But I'm talking superficial, ladies and gentlemen. What really matters to us? Like let's break it down to what really matters. Put what really matters to you in the chat, because I don't think we have conversations like this. I don't think we have conversations like this. Tell me what really matters to you. I don't care about you helping people. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I want to help people, but you don't help yourself. That don't make sense. I don't want to hear it. I want to know what matters to you. What means the most to you? What's more important to you than money? Put that in the chat right now. What's more important to you than money, ladies and gentlemen? Peace, sanity, health. Can I show you something? Can I put a mirror to you and show you that your family doesn't mean more to you than money? Can I show you that whatever you're putting in the chat doesn't mean more to you if you only have 5% of your time? How could your family, let me be real with you. How could your family truly mean that much to you, but you're willing to go broke for them, but you're not willing to get rich for them? How could your family mean so much to you? You're willing to stay small and play small and hide behind who you truly are instead of showing up. And let me just keep it real. Can I keep it all the way real? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in chat, y'all. Can I keep it all the way real? And I don't want to, and I'm not coming at any one of you. I am just speaking about the person, the ideal person that's on this screen. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not talking about you personally. I don't know you personally. Okay. Please don't get offended. I'm speaking. All right. Just take it as a lesson. So I want you to think about this. If if we say we love, if we care so much more about our family, we're struggling. How many of us experience this? You go above and beyond to make sure the kids got Christmas gifts. You make sure that they don't feel left out on a birthday. You go to the extreme where you don't even get to eat first. You have to eat maybe the littlest or the littlest type of portion just to make sure everybody else is good. Or you're the one slaving away in the kitchen just to have to clean up all the dishes and do all of this later on. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat because I think that all of us we could find some correlation to what this is, but we need to start changing and doing more. Like if we're giving all of our money to this corporation of holidays, we need to get something back. Okay. So as a business owner, you're going to get more tax breaks. So you've been conditioned probably to hate Trump. You've been conditioned to probably hate politicians. But let me just get this straight. You hate politicians so much and you hate all of this hoopla that goes on TV, but yet you still watch the news. Yet you still follow the programming. I would love to know why. Instead of being in the game, you rather sit on the sidelines and get played by the game and then complain about the game? Somebody say, put me in the game, coach. I need to be in the game because whether I'm in the game or not, the game is being played. Now, the true game is to get out of the game so that way you could grow your own food, have your own family community. You could do all those things. But the truth of the matter is, we've been so conditioned that that is such hard work that we don't even care about doing all that stuff. We want those benefits, but literally we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. I'd rather have somebody else do that for me. So if that's the case, you need to be in the game and you need to be a major player in the game. If How many of you took advantage of what Joy offered you last night? How many of you took advantage? Because Joy was the one that's going to put you in the game. She's helping you get close to the bank. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because you pay Joy doesn't mean that your life changes. Just because you pay. Your life changes because you wanted to pay because you know when you pay attention. So therefore you are paying attention to your future and your present with intention. Okay? So if you haven't taken advantage of what Joy offered you, put a one in the chat. Let me know if you have not. If you are on the fence, what are you on the fence about? I would love to know in the chat. What are you on the fence about? Because not everybody, once again, I told you, some of you might just be in your seated season where this information just gave you an awakening. Like, wait a minute, there is a better way to get into a different level of life. Maybe that's you. But there are some of you who know and you've been sitting on this idea for about 4, 5, 6 years. When I asked you to do the clarity challenge on Monday, I said, clean up the space in your room. Some of you had that space not clean. Not well, it still could be clean, but it was cluttered. Some of you had the space cluttered, and it took somebody else outside of you to help you remove that clutter. That clutter has been there for your, like you were the person that know the clutter was there. You put the clutter there, and it took you 12 weeks, 12 days to do it. But somebody gets on a screen you don't even know, and it tells you to do it, and you did it in one day. Okay, how does that work? Okay, well, that works this way. Wealth is spiritual. Somebody put this in the chat. Spiritual. Okay. Wealth is spiritual. Health is spiritual. Relationships are spiritual. Health is about your relationship. Relationship to food. It's all about relationships. Your relationship to food. Your wealth is a relationship to money. Your relationships with your people is just relationship to your people. But it's all relationship based. Okay. All of it is spiritual. God put gold in the Garden of Eden. Let me know if I'm making sense right now. Because maybe I don't make sense to you, but money is not something that's new. Gold is not something that's new. This is not new stuff. This has always been here. It's always been here. But you know what? God revealed things to people who are ready to see it. Some of us got these big dreams. We're not ready to see it. Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna get you a six pack, but here's how you're gonna get it. Here's how you're gonna see it. You got to get up every day. You got to be disciplined and consistent, and you got to go to the gym and you got to do 1,000 crunches every day. If we were told that, most of us are not going to the gym. Just be honest. We're not going to the gym. How many of us got the six pack? Put a one in the chat if you do. Put a zero in the chat if you don't. So that's something that we need to think about, right? And it's not just about the six pack, it's about it being spiritual. So most of us at the implementation stage, we say we believe in God, we say that we're spiritual, but we lack a lot of lot of spiritual virtues. Okay? We are trained to be against what's for us and for what's against us. So right now, we think that we should be working and spending 80% of our time because we need to get the money to pay for the rent, to pay for the bills, to pay for this, to pay for that. But in reality, it could be done a lot easier. Okay? So when we're at the implementation stage, I would like to say that you're selfish if you stay there. If you stay at the job, you're selfish. Here's simply why you're selfish. Because you are just working for you in that sense, right? And this is how it breaks down. When you're doing a job at the implementation stage, all you are truly saying that you care about, truly saying that you care about is everything that you can afford or everything that you want to afford. Well, Mindset Mogul, why is that? Well, let's break it down. Let's make it simple and easy to understand. When you first went and got the job, you thought it was all about you. What roles are you qualified for? What skills do you have? What is on your resume? You weren't thinking about helping some family down the block. Let me know in the chat. When you went and got your job, were you thinking about helping some other family? I know you was thinking about your family. I know that. You were really thinking about you though. Let's just be honest. Because if you were thinking about your family, and I'm not coming at anybody personally, I'm just talking about this person. If you were thinking about your family, why would you go and get one income? You get one income. You mean to tell me you get one income? You mean to tell me you get one income? That's enough for that's enough for one person. And then you go split it up with four, five, six, seven, eight, 10 different things that's taking your money. So maybe you got four, maybe it's your family, right? You get that one income that's enough for one person, and then you split it up with four or five people because you got other people depending on you. You got your children, you got your significant other, you got your family, everybody's depending on you. Or then you got these creditors, you got these lenders, you got these car note, you got this house. Let's just be real here. Let's be real here. Let's just be real here. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I only have 5% of my time anyway to enjoy any of this stuff that I got. Half of y'all move into these buildings, right? And I did it too. Half of y'all move into these luxury buildings. You don't even use the amenities. You get so worked up on the amenities. Yo, no, they got a pool in there. Yeah, all right, cool. Yo, got the gym. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Ooh, roof deck. Yeah, I like that. Rooftop looking good. I'm gonna be out here. You don't even use it. Let's just be real here. Some of you got the house and you're struggling to pay the bills on the house. But when you go around hang out with the family, how's the house doing? Yeah, the house good. You know, I got my house in my name here, and you struggling, about to get a foreclosure. Because you don't have the time to even keep up with everything that's going on. You got a house, got more problems with the house than you would have had if you had an apartment. Because now all the things that's responsible, all the things that you need to get fixed is you're responsible for. So you, in some cases, I'm telling y'all right now, you might could disagree with me if you want, but you can't afford not to get into the mentorship because the mentorship is about higher spirituality. Why? Why is that so? Because you now start to think about more people. The higher level you go, the more people you think about. The more people you serve, the more you please God. You serve people and you please God, but people got it backwards. You want to serve God and please people. God is not going to pay you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I know. I know. You don't like when I talk like this. I know. But I asked you already. I said, can I be real with you? I said, how explicit can I be? So when you answer me, you said, go ahead. That's not giving me permission. Answer me. How explicit can I be with you? Because your life right now is predicated on the way that you believe in the environment that you have. You can't serve God and please people. That's why it doesn't work, because we've been trained to be against what's for us and for what's against us. You have to serve other people in order to please God. This is why you feel good when you give. This is why when you open the door, this is why you feel good. This is why. Because it's written in your DNA, it's in your code, it's in your being. This is who you are. See, life is not about doing, life is about being. So I'm sorry for getting so animated, y'all. I apologize. I'm on one today. I'm on one today. I'm sorry. So real quick, I think we kind of know this, right? Be do have. Somebody put in the chat, be do have. I love Myron, right? Because Myron is like the father I never had. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. Myron is like the father that I never had. You see, because these were always my thoughts as a kid, but I was the one that was weird. You get what I'm saying? When I started my first company, I told my brothers, I said, "Bro, we're gonna get rich, y'all. We're gonna bring the family out of poverty. We're gonna change our lives. Yo, trust me. Everybody needs a role though. Everybody needs to have a position. And doesn't matter which job you have, doesn't matter which role you have, I'm gonna support you 100%. One thing about my dad, he did do that. No matter which idea we gave to him, he gave us support. That was huge. He gave us the love and support and said, "Hey, yo, you could do it." See, but how many of you are telling your children that you could do it? Hey, go ahead and be this, but you're not doing it. You tell your child to be disciplined and consistent, but you're not. Let me know in the chat. You tell your child to be financially fit. You're not. Let me know in the chat. Be, do, have. See, what my mentor taught me, and I think we all understand this, is that we all care about having more. That's what we care about. The reason why you got the job at the implementation level is because you care about having. The reason why you got the job at the implementation level is because you care about having. You want to have the car. You want to have the experience. You want to have the house. You want to have. Let me know in the chat what you would like to have. In fact, it's so much written in your DNA. You go in the store and you say, can I have a, let me get a, can I have a, you start ordering, like, whenever you're making your proclamation, whenever you're making your declaration, you always ask, can you have? God, can you please give me? We always want to have. See, the thing about always having is that's just half. See, having is half. I'm sorry, the board's starting to get a little messy. I'm gonna have to remove some of these things. So take a picture while you can, if you can remember what how we did it. So half is also sounding like half. Let me know if you really know the difference. Half or have. It's kind of sounding the same to me. I know that when you want and you have half of the vision. And in fact, you only got a quarter, a third of the vision. See, you want to have the car, but you don't want to be the person that earns the right. You don't want to do the things you need to do to get what you want to have. Okay, let's reverse that. Let's actually do it. So God cares more about you being. God cares more about you being. Okay? God cares more about you being. So you want, this is what you want. You want to have, you want to have, this is what you want, right? But this is what God wants. And I love how, like, everybody's so in tune to the Bible until we had to start to be the person. Hey, don't have sex before marriage. Well, that part I'm not gonna listen to, but yeah, I'm gonna believe everything else. You like selective listening, selective hearing, right? Oh, y'all don't like when I talk like that? Let me know in the chat. They don't like that. Y'all don't like when I get real, right? They don't like that. People don't like that, especially when I bring God into it. They don't like it for some reason. They don't like it. So God wants you to be somebody. Who does God want you to be? And then everybody always says, I want a God fearing man, right? I want a God fearing man. But yet, are you fearing God? I, God doesn't. God wants you to be something. Okay. Who do you need to be? So once again, you care about having. God cares about being. So God knew and God set this up this way. If in order for you to have something, right? You was going to go through some challenges and you was going to realize that you needed to become somebody in order to do the thing, in order to have the thing. Let me know in the chat. God knew that by default, in order for you to get what you want, you are going to have to become the person that earned the right to have the experience of that life, Otherwise, if you're a person that just took something that didn't belong to you because you didn't earn the right to have the experience, otherwise you're called what? If somebody took something that didn't belong to them, they're what? Let me know in the chat. They're the thieves. You don't want to thieve. Because guess what? When you're being a thief, you're stealing from your future self. When you want to cut steps and you want to skip corners, you're being a thief of your future life. Oh, wait a minute. Don't talk like that because they don't like that. I done created some enemies in here. Hopefully not, because I'm stomping on the devil today. I'm stomping on the devil today. Okay? So be, do, have the ideas for you to be who you need to be in order to do the things that you need to do to get what you want. So when you say I want $100,000 per month, I'm telling you right now, laying down watching Netflix is not going to get you $100,000 per month. It's just not. Team, I want y'all to put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat. If you didn't take advantage of your opportunity last night, I'm giving you another opportunity today. First of all, I want to be transparent with you. All the spots were filled up. Be honest with you. All the spots was filled up. But we want to make some considerations today. I want to. Joy is going to make sure this happens. I want to make sure I'm standing here right now, and we're going to make this happen right now. Team, put the link in the chat. If the team don't put the link in the chat, I'm just wrong. Okay? Put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat. I want you to take advantage of this opportunity. So as we go up this ladder, right? Be, do, have. Let's just show you how it works. When you're just the person as being the implementer, that means you're not doing unification, you're not doing communication, you're not doing the imagination. So therefore, you don't have what these people have. You don't have the $100,000 per month that the imaginator have. You don't have the 75K a month that the communicator has. You don't have the 50K a month that the unifier has. Do you believe at your job right now that there are other people getting paid more than you? Yes or no? Do you believe that there are other people at your job getting paid more than you? Would you like to get paid like how they get paid? Let me know in the chat. What's stopping you from getting paid like how they get paid? What's stopping you? Like literally, in some cases, it could be you could play the race card if you want. You could play the age if you want. Yeah, you could play the relationship game if you want. But I want you to understand that as long as you play the RIC impact, as long as you renovate, innovate, collaborate, be, do, have, as long as you assess, assign, align, as long as you know that this is a spiritual being, but this is a spiritual thing, you're going to go a lot further. Okay? So the reason why these people get paid more is because they're working spiritually higher than you. So this is not about working harder. This is about working higher. Somebody put higher in the chat. Somebody put higher in the chat. This is about working higher. This is not about working harder. This is about working higher. This is not about working harder. This is about working higher. Wait, I'm wondering why I don't see this link in the chat. Are we really closing out all the spots and nobody's getting in? Like, I need to see that link in the chat. What's up, Sunshine? Found out for me on the back end. Support found out for me on the back end. Okay. Cool. We need to work higher. All right. So that's the key thing here. So who do you need to become? You need to become a unifier. You need to be able to unify, get people together. Some of you already do that in your family, which is great. Some of you already do that. Some of you already unify people in the family. You're the one, if you don't move, you don't get together. Yeah. Let me know. Let me show you something that makes sense. How many of us know or had the family member who was like the grandmother or the auntie that everybody went to their house for vacations or holidays or gatherings? And I hate this part, but as soon as they passed away, all of that stopped, and we don't have that camaraderie we used to have anymore with the family. Do we know what I'm talking about here? Anybody seen Big Mama's house? I think it was called Big Mama's house, or was it called Big Mama? One of them. But Martin was playing like Big Mama, and once Big Mama died, everybody disappeared, right? So I want you to understand the truth because she was operating high on a spiritual level, right? She was operating on a higher spiritual level. She loved you. You felt good. A lot of times, no disrespect to the parents, to the moms, but a lot of times the grandmom is more beloved than the mom. And you know, yeah, soul food. And you know, right? You know why, right? Yeah, thank you for the correction. I'm talking about soulful. And you know that she was operating on a higher spiritual level. All it was about love. Somebody put the word love in the chat. So when God is wanting you to be the person, God wants you to be a person of love. That is doing God's work. When you are loving yourself and loving thy neighbor, because the person in front of you is the reflection of you. That's you. It's just a chance that you came out and was born into your family versus them being born into their family. It's just a chance that you were born this way. So you have to be grateful for what you have and make the best of it for what you already have. So you have to now see your skill sets. Okay, I can implement, I'm good at that. If somebody gives me a task, I can execute, I'm good. I learn how to implement, I'm ready. I can do this. So if Mindset Mogul right now is saying, hey, I need to be a better unifier, I think I could do this. I need you to think about all the ways you can before you think about all the ways you can't. So the next skill, right, you need to unify people. And then the next skill is communicate. I need you to practice your communication. I know you think that you said what you said from what you feel, but sometimes we don't speak how we feel. We just speak about what we think other people want us to say. So then we say certain things to other people, then we complain about how they didn't get us or how we feel misunderstood, but we never truly profess our true authentic self because we're truly finding the right words to say. How many of us experience that? Well, I don't know what to say. Oh, well, I want to find the right words to say. Let me know in the chat. It's not about finding the right words to say. It's really about how you're saying it. It's the tonality and the facial expressions that you're using that gives the people the remote control to feel how you want them to feel. So, how do they do it in movies, right? In a movie, you're literally feeling something in a movie, but the truth of the matter is, everything you felt wasn't even real. It was made up. So, when we start to really think about this, all of this stuff is made up. So if all of this is made up, I want you to think about who could you make yourself up to be in this world. So can you make yourself up to be a new version of you? Yes, renovate, innovate, collaborate, where now you're communicating at a higher level. You're unifying people. You're implementing. You can. Because if you're going to get that $30,000 a month, if you're going to make $100,000 a month, you need to have these skills. It's only four skills. And the major skill, the biggest one is your imagination because your imagination got you to the implementation level because it started in your imagination. Hey, I need to get a job. Let me go use my resume. Let me speak to them. Let me communicate to them. You started in your imagination. But you need to continuously have all four of these skill sets as you continue to grow. So in order for you to get to the communication level, you not only need to know how to communicate, but you also need to know how to unify people with your words, and you also need to know how to implement things. In order to get to the imagination level, you must know how to communicate, how to unify people to implement to do a thing. So real quick, last part to bring all this together, the person who created Netflix, right? Or the person who created Amazon. The person who created Amazon and Netflix, they're the people at the top of the imagination level. They're the ones who created this. And then they communicated their ideas so effectively. Do you think that they have family members that say, "Oh, Netflix is not going to work. I like Blockbuster. Blockbuster is going to be it." Do you think that they have people to tell them no in their lives? Or you think that everybody in their lives that's in their environment was going along with that plan that they had? Do you think that Netflix or that Amazon was their first invention or their first idea? No. So your first idea, your first invention may have not worked. Don't get jaded. Don't get scorned. Just get better. Somebody put in the chat, get better. They just got better. They got better at communication. They got better at unifying people to understand why this is important. So, all of you who are on a fence about joining the program and you may think, oh, I don't have the money, I'm spending my last. Let's be real here. You do have the money, or you could get the money. Money aside, would this be a program that would increase your benefits to get more of what you want in your life, to get more of what you want to have? Would this be a program that would get you more money? Would you have more money with the program? Would this be a program that will allow you to be connected to more like-minded individuals, a community that you truly love? Would this community be something that can help you grow? Those are the questions you ask yourself. Then also look at this, your roadmap. Joy is going to give you a roadmap. That way, when you implement, now once you implement, Okay, cool. You get some results. You now can get other people to implement with you. That's going to be your business besties. You're going to be able to communicate. You're going to be able to hire people to do the things that you used to do. And then before you know it, you're going to have this whole big imagination and you're going to do just what Joy is doing. You think Joy skipped this process? I'm sorry, she did not. No, none of us can. You can't skip it. Every time you skip it, you fall right back down to implementation. This is why we always, we're doing well and then eventually we just do bad. But I want to tell you, without accountability, nothing works. Without leadership, nothing works. Okay? Leadership is personal and professional development proof. You're showing yourself. You're showing your development in your personal, you're showing your development in your business. Without personal and professional development, you get to have the life you have. With personal and professional development, you get the life you love. So, my question for you today is, do you want the life you have or do you want a life you love? If you're skeptical, I want you to think about it. No one's holding your hand right now, and you're going through life guessing and looking to figure, do you want to continue in that state? Or do you want a mentor? Somebody that's going to help you, educate you, give you the roadmap, make your life easy, simplify your success to help you master your mind and live a life that you love powerfully and effortlessly. So I have a poll. I'm going to put the poll in the chat. Put the poll in the chat. I want y'all to take time to put the poll in the chat. While you're answering this poll, I do have one from yesterday that I did not get to share. I'm going to share that. Actually, can I share that first? Wait, don't do this one. Let me share the other one first. Let me share the other one first. Yeah, let me share the other one first. Yeah, I'm going to share the other one first, okay? Let me close out this first. All right, cool. So close out this and I'll share. I also want to give you guys some giveaways, some things to leave you with, because these weeks, well, no, these days rather, has been transformative. Go ahead. I put the poll in the chat so y'all can have this poll. Let me know if you see it. Let me know if you don't, just in case there's some sort of glitch. If you've been having a tremendous time throughout this week and like literally this was something you couldn't even imagine, right? This was different on another level. No poll, no poll. Okay, I'll re-put it up. Um, and this was like something that you could truly benefit from. I want to relaunch that poll really fast. Let me know if you see it now. I think it should be there now. Yeah, I can see it on the back end on my screen. Fill out this poll. This poll is to help you think about what we've been talking about yesterday, what we've been talking about this week. Yeah, it's there now. And while you're doing that, I want to give some giveaways. All right, there we go. I see people answering it now. There we go. Good. Yeah, let's get that filled out. So let's go to, let me share my screen actually. If these last 5 days just coming in here with the leadership calls have been amazing for you, I'm going to gift you all with the opportunity to keep those going on your own terms. Okay. So I don't want you to stop just because this 5 days is done. Obviously, when you lock in to the program, we have a robust course for you and we can have more of these calls. But just for being a participant of this, I want to give all of this away to you. This is my development system. Obviously, I've been creating websites. I develop systems so that where entrepreneurs can effectively communicate, grow their businesses, grow their brands, increase their revenue, and attract the clients that they want and love that they can help and serve. and this could be you. You can go in here, you can use my developmental systems. I've been licensing out a lot of my systems of lately, but what I've done is I put so many free systems in here for you. If you're dealing with money right now and money is your challenge, I want you to see money as not an obstacle. I remember last night Ramel showed you literally so many ways you can make the money, so many ways you can move the money and then be able to go ahead and purchase businesses. See, the key thing is to think about how more effective can you be with the time you have. Building a business is one thing, but buying a business is a whole nother thing, right? And like, let's say money is your issue, the AI would populate which skill sets or which systems will work best for you, and you could just go in there and take that, learn the skills, and the more skills you have, the better you can be. But what I want to give to you all are these resources. I want to give this to you in these resources. If you type in this code, it is for free. I think we have it right, team on the back end. We got put it in the chat if we have it already. Put it in the chat if we have it already. I think we have it on the back end. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. But I want to give this to you all for free. Keep this going, right? If once again, we have the link in the chat to join the mentorship. If you believe, like I believe, and you know that all you need is a little assistance, all you need is a little bit of assistance, you're going to be able to truly transform your life. Okay. And that's what Joy is going to give you. She's going to give you the push you need to be successful. So the RIC Impact book is going to break down a lot of what I couldn't show you due to the time constraints. All right. So the RIC Impact, all you have to do is type in the code RIC, all capitals, and you would get this for absolutely no cost to you. Okay. Absolutely no cost. So use it, because don't just get it and you let it sit and collect dust. Actually use this because this is going to transform your life. Support, put the mentorship link in the chat, please. Keep putting the link in the chat. Can we do that? Can we keep putting the link in the chat, please? Put the link in the chat. Okay, put the link in the chat. All right, cool. So, do we have another one? Niching your messaging, right? I think we had another one. Niching your messaging. And we're going to have this inside the Telegram as well. Niching your messaging. By the way, these are also PLR books. So you can come in here and you could basically literally take off my cover, swap your own cover on, and you can sell these your own self after you get the results, I would say, right? After you get the results. But the niche in your messaging one, you can literally just sell that one all day. Okay. I think we got the link in the chat. Support, keep putting the link in the chat for the mentorship. Put the link in the chat for the mentorship. That's what I need you to do. Link in the chat for the mentorship. I'll put the link in the chat for the book. You put the link in the chat for the mentorship. Also, niching your messaging. So RIC is the code for the RIC Blue playbook. Okay. And niching your messaging, all capital is the passcode. So both of them all capital. And for niching down your messaging, what I would love for you to put is the word niche, NICHE, all capital, and you'll get that for free as well. And once again, if you want to do the developmental tasks and work on those systems, I would say go ahead and work on that. Even if you're in a mentorship, still use it. It does not matter. Like, this is going to allow you to get to another level regardless. These are the systems that I get paid to license out, and I'm giving it all away to you for free. Okay. That is it. That is my time. What I want to do at this moment as we get ready to close, if I can have 5 more minutes of your time, what I want to do is, what do you say niche is not coming up, Renee? Tell me what you say in the chat. He said it's not coming up. Be me. I'll grab it again and I'll put it in the chat. When you type in the code is going to be niche. Type in the code is going to be niche. All right, cool. Once you go all the way through, go through the process. Go through the process, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just ask me the questions because I can't see your screen. So go through the process, right? Go through the process. And team, we should already have it. Don't we have this already in the back? You could just drop one link that has both the lists of what. to put in it. All right, cool. So real quick, I want you to come up. Anybody, 30 seconds or less, raise your virtual hand. What has this 5 days been like for you? How impactful has this been for you? And then we're gonna close out on a high note. Snap it up, clap it up, do all those good things. But let's get a hand. Raise your virtual hand. How has this been impactful for you? I'm gonna end the poll right now, and I'm gonna be able to share the results on the poll. Okay. All right. Let's see. So when we asked the question, we said, which environment do you feel most productive in? 35% of people said a cozy, quiet space. 40% said somewhere lively with energy. Okay, good. I want you to really think about this. When you were here during the 5 days, right? Were you here during the 5 days and literally did you block out your space? Did you tell your family and friends, hey, look, right now I got a 5 day challenge going on. I want to make sure I lock in. Were you in a quiet space? Let me know. Let me know. Did you actually block out that time for yourself? And also the people who said they a space with lively energy, did we provide that for you? Were we able to give you a space that you could feel comfortable in and you feel lively in? Let us know. Number two, the question two, it says, how much more could you accomplish if you were consistently surrounded by driven, supportive people? An outstanding 74% said I'd move way faster. 17% said I'd finally stop second guessing myself. And 9% said I never really had that before, but I want it. I want you all to think about this. I want you all to think about it. If you move way faster, some of you are on the fence about joining the program, but you already know through your own poll answering, right? That literally you know you will move faster. Like you could do it alone and you can get as far as you can get, but you do it together, you're gonna have the guidance, you're gonna have the tutelage, the know-how, people who've already done it, the experience. Basically, you're getting a condensed, instead of going through 7 years or 6 years of headache, you get all of this compressed in 6 months, 6 weeks, right? And be able to take your life to the next level. So that's huge. And that's the power of mentorship. So what would your dream growth environment include? Someone said this was 18% said mentorship from someone who's done it, which is just what I was talking about. I'll read the list because 79% said all of the above. So obviously mentorship from someone who's done it, a group that pushes and supports me, system, structure, and strategy. If that's not what we presented to you, let me know in the chat. Like, let us know. If we did present that to you, let us know in the chat. Like, just go ahead and respond somehow, some way to the chat. Question four says, which statement hits close to home right now? 38% of people said, I'm ready for next level alignment. 34% of people said, I need clarity plus accountability to stay on track. That's why I also gave you those developmental systems to keep that accountability. You get into this program, you're going to have all the accountability that you need. Okay. All that you need. And you're going to have like a whole support system and whole support team. Okay. Last question. Um, when you think about reaching your next level, what's the real cost of trying to figure it out alone? 38% of people said, I already know I need guidance to move faster. 29% of people said they missed out on opportunities, they burned out, money spent on trial and error, and then also lost time and money wasted. Okay. I really would love for you to think about your choices here. Last poll, and then that's it. We're gonna wrap up. I guess no one's raising their hand. I guess no one wants to come up. I guess no one wants to come up. Okay. So I'll share these results. What I'm gonna do now is do the last one, which is poll number 5. Let's get those going. All right. So we have poll number 5 on the screen. There are some hands. Let's bring up those hands really fast. And while we're doing that, y'all can go ahead and fill out this poll.
Hey, hey, good morning. I felt like this was amazing. I actually called a friend of mine this morning at 7 and let them know you got to check this out. Um, I felt seen, I felt heard, I felt unstuck. I got a lot more work to do, but just having some direction, some guidance, others on the same page has been huge. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Mm, absolutely. Everyone sends
And
some. Oh, go
like
ahead.
you said, I'm going to
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I kind of interrupted you on that part. Go ahead,
that.
City. Say it again.
No, I was just saying, I see the value in continuing to have all the support.
Mm, absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat for Val. Val, real quick before I let you go, what's your number one goal right now in as far as financially, as far as business goes? What's your number one goal?
Number one goal is to get more business credit cards, lines of credit, so that I can make money with them.
Hmm.
Um, I see the importance of having a goal for your money to make money babies. There you go.
All right, excellent. So let's do a follow-up question really fast. For personal, what's your biggest personal goal, your number one personal goal right now?
A personal goal is to stop overthinking and to let people help me. No man is an island.
Okay. I would love for you to just consider those thoughts and think about this, and hopefully you're into the community. Hopefully you're into the community and we can help you get to that next level. But regardless, I know just for you showing up here, your next level is loaded. Everyone go ahead and send some love to Miss Val. Snap it up and clap it up. Good job, Miss Val. All right, great stuff, great stuff. It takes a lot to come up and just share on the screen, everyone. So I know that for a fact. Let's bring up the next person. Yeah, like what have you gotten from the last 5 days? What has your experience been like?